Hey, hey, what it do? Welcome to the Quarter Report, brought to you by the Red Knight Special, and this is Word on the Net. I'm your boy Nut, and we're gonna get off into it. But before we get off into it, right? Let's stop all this hating, procrastinating, and all this fake ass negotiating that's going on. You feel me? You know, I don't know what's going on in today's society as far as our people goes, but I will say this, right? I will say this. It's a lot of fake politics going on. It's a lot of pushing the goalposts to paint certain narratives that's going on. You feel me? Now, before I get off into this content, I just want to break a little something down to you, right? Now, when you a man, 100% man, don't no 100% man take enjoyment out of looking at another man's buttocks. Don't no other man take enjoyment by putting something in another man's buttocks. You feel me? I did a show. I mean, I did some content about this before about the people in L.A. County and the people in Chicago, right? And I'm not saying that this is not happening all over the place. Please believe I'm not saying that, right? Because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of questionable things going on in jail. You feel me? So with that being said, this is what I want to say, right? I was watching some clips of what was his name? Young Hefe. I like his podcast. I think he's entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Young Hefe don't care about nothing what the check say. I was watching something he said. Cliff World. Shout out to Cliff World, Young Hefe, and No Jumper, and anybody else who I clipped in this video to put together to make y'all understand the point that I'm trying to make. You feel me? To me, I think it's a lot of selective politicking going on up in here. I guess, and what I'm really feeling, no disrespect to L.A. County, but I'm really feeling like L.A. County. I think it's a bunch of in the closet homosexuals out there. Just like in Chicago, I think it's a bunch of in the closet homosexuals out there because any man that participate in playing with another man's butt after you have a fair fight, I have a fight. Um, to me, it's homosexual activities. You feel me? Now, um, on one clip, it says four extras knock somebody out from some content I did before, and so when his homeboy smeared peanut butter on his butt. So in my brain, I'm thinking if you're smearing peanut butter, whoever took that initiative to say, "Nigga, hold on, bro, hold on, you know, knock the boy out, hold up now." Now I think what would make this even spectacular if we rub peanut butter on his butt. Yeah, we should slide some peanut butter on his butt. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I'll do it. Now, whoever took the initiative to say that they would do it, that's the one that's the homo thug. Whoever pulled the man pants down and put his buttocks open and put a sausage in his buttocks, that's the homo thug. Either he done been sexually assaulted before and he want to sexually assault somebody back, or SA, should I say? I apologize for that. SA. You feel me? And that's why he got a fetish with playing with people's butt. Cause no straight man. I done been to prison before. I done did time before, a few times. And one thing I can tell you, the most humiliating thing about being in prison is when you coming from a visit or your entry in there, when they make you stand in the line, strip naked, bend over and cough, bend, spread your butt cheeks, all that. That's the most humiliating thing a man can go through. So for another man to spread another man's butt and put vegetables, meat, and uh, peanut butter, saliva, you are gay. And I don't care what you say, you gay. You did because I just don't get it. And one thing about LA, they think that's cool. Yeah, man, I knocked him out and you knocked him dude out, and I put some peanut butter on him. And yeah, we telling you we gangster. No, nigga, you just like looking at man's booty. You like looking at buttocks. That's what it is. Because the only thing I'm saying to y'all, what's the next move? Okay, y'all started with peanut butter, right? Now y'all putting carrots. Then somebody put a sausage. So what is the next move from this? Next, y'all gonna be sticking y'all genitals in this man buttocks. That's what y'all gonna be doing. Talking about, yeah, this humiliation. So y'all gonna revert back in the scared straight days when they was taking booty in jail. Y'all finna resort back to them days. You feel me? That's all it is. I don't care what none of you so-called real LA gang members got to say, because any real gang member that claim to be a man, you a man before you a gang member. Remember that. You a man first before you become anything else. You dig what I'm saying? So for you to be a man and co-sign or even say, yeah, man, that boy a savage. What you mean a savage life? Ain't no savage life. That's a gay life. There ain't no such thing as savage life when you playing with somebody butt out. That's a gay life. What are you talking about? Like, I'm like, yo, I'm watching this and I'm saying to myself, and it's only thing I can say. Matter of fact, let me quit talking and let y'all get to this content, man. Let's do it.
The situation of 4 extras getting down with an op of his and knocking him out and placing a carrot in his rectum. When that happened, it's warfare. Everybody trying to outdo the other now. He set the tone for what has happened and what's going on. So after that happened, the police gonna play games. OSJ gonna play games and put people where they will. Some people gonna land with their homies. Some people gonna be too fortunate. You come in there, you too thugged out, you got eye busters, you get into it with the police. More than likely, you're a prime candidate to go to that 4700 or go someplace where you don't supposed to be. So before I divvy all the way off in to the.
Now this is Young Hefe. Shout out to Young Hefe. Don't care about nothing what the check say. Shout out to my boy, man. I mess with his podcast. He a real stand-up dude. He stand on business. When people get at him about what he doing, he still stand on and still do what he do. If he's wrong, he admit it's wrong, and that's a real man to me. But he said something in here that I don't totally agree with. He said that he wouldn't partake in the situations of what they doing, but he understands the savage life. There's no thing about understanding a gay life. There ain't nothing savage about a so-called gang member, a man, then gang member, looking at another man buttocks and saying, it's already humiliating enough to be in prison and take phase and get knocked out. That's what men do. You get your teeth knocked out, you get your jaw broke, you got knocked out, that's cool. But when y'all go to the point of taking a man's pants down and doing some violating him on a different level, that's why there can never be no peace in y'all streets, because y'all doing too much. Gang members. You kids better watch out. Y'all want to enjoy the game.
Summer sausage and pickle situation. This is a question I got for the bangers and the gang community as a whole. So I was thinking, when this information get put out there, a lot of people take this personal because they hood is being mentioned or one of their loved ones or folks is being mentioned. And a lot of people feel that based off any member or one member foulness or being done foul, it sets the tone for their hood. And I just don't really be feeling that way because it's too many men from these communities for one person actions to set a tone. Now, something else I want to ask. Let's say you land in the enemy module. You go in there willingly when you didn't even have to go in there. You could have pulled many PC moves that dudes supposed to be reputables pull. Hey, I'm over here, homie. Hey, hurry up, come pull me. A lot of dudes get no modules. Hurry up, get out the modules, don't get no fade. You know what I'm saying? Hurry up, call for help. And they supposed to be these big bad wolf dudes when they out here because they waving pistols and all that. Niggas can't even fight. And you a weenie if you can't fight, nigga. Because before you picked up that gun, you should have knew how to squab. That was first and foremost. Now, the question I got, say you go inside a rival dorm, tank, or whatever the case may be. You go in there, you get your phase. You thinking because you showed up in this place and you coming to get your phase and you done tuck your tail, you expecting these people to hold some integrity and hold some honor. Or hold it honorable. But it's not going to always go that way. Definitely when chain of events are happening. It's like the saying, for every action, there's a reaction.
This is true. But again, When you go into another man's, when you go into another dorm where all your enemies there, right? Okay, you expecting from just as a man, you expecting, okay, the worst that shit happened to me is I get jumped or they, you know what I'm saying, kill me or unalive me, should I say? You feel me? Not I get jumped and then I get knocked out and y'all play with my buttocks. That can never be no. That's the kind of stuff that happen where you get to thinking to yourself, when I get out of here, I'm gonna make that person cry forever. You go look for and I'm not telling people to go do this if this happened to you or anything of that nature. I'm just saying, in the mind of the people, of a black man in these streets, anybody in these streets, a young, a youthful person growing up in these streets, surrounded by all this gang activity, for you to avoid being around homosexuals or not even deal with homosexuals in that way. Nothing against the homosexual community, but I'm just saying though, from a kid point of view in the hood growing up, to go to jail and be in a gang war where the gang turned into playing with your buttocks, that make you want to go knock down somebody's mama. That make you want to go knock down somebody's child. See, when you get to doing, there's no rules when you cross certain lines. And this is the point I'm trying to make to y'all, man. This thing that they doing out there, this is why they can't stop unaliving each other. They're taking it to another. These are demons. We're living amongst homosexual demons. This is what the Willie Lynch theory. This is everything's coming into play right now. If you pay attention, what's going on? Turn the blacks against each other, which they've been doing. Turn the lights against the dark. You know what I mean? Turn the young against the old. You know what I'm saying? This is all part of their theory. That blur the lines between straight and see. This is how they blurring the lines between straight and homosexual, by making it cool on the internet to be like, yeah, man, we out here spitting in people's buttocks. That's gangster. That's gangster. We spreading open people's butt cheeks and spitting in it. That's gangster. Then, oh, man, what they do? He gonna rub peanut butter, nigga. I'm finna step it up, nigga. I'm finna use a carrot stick. I'm finna plunger him with a carrot stick. Nah, that ain't good enough. The next cat, we gonna put a schnauzer in his butt. Like, when does it stop? When y'all all in there humping on each other, talking about this is gangster to make another man your girl? Because that's where it's finna end up going. I don't care what y'all say. How y'all go from that to, oh, I don't want to catch nobody, so I'm just gonna play with his buttocks. I don't want to unalive him up in here, so I'm gonna play with his buttocks. You dudes are weird. I don't care anybody from LA watching this shit that co-sign this kind of activity. You're part of the homo thug. You're a homo thug too. You're a homo thug. You are a homo thug. And it's only certain people that's pushing the narrative. I'm seeing a lot of young folks that be on the internet that don't understand this real street life and what it really boiled down to, and the outcome of every situation that you get yourself into, how it can end up for you. And at some point it will end up for you. They blurring the lines. They making it cool to play with man buttocks. They talking about it like it's cool. Like far as everybody who speak on it, speaking on it from a game. Yeah, man, when you in jail, you know what I'm saying? This that savage, like we doing it like this. That's part of that ain't part of no mother, excuse my language. All about the, you know, that's not part of no savage life. That's, you know what that is? That's a predator. That's that cousin or somebody you know in your family that got a reputation of catching people slipping in the family and trying to molest them. Men trying to catch little boys slipping in the family, trying to take their booty from them and play with them. That's what that is. Ain't nothing gangster about that. Ain't nothing gangster about that, man. And y'all need to quit pushing this narrative. And for no jumper to be promoting the peanut butter bandit and the carrot bandit on there like he's just the biggest gangster. Bro, do you know how weird that make us look? Why you think people don't rock with black people like they like? And we always talking about no justice, no peace. We don't get a fair shake. When I look at us, I don't listen. Let me tell you something. When I look at my people, and I hate to say it, when I look at my own, I question my own people before I question another race. When I'm walking to my car and I see 3, 4 motherfuckers in the car riding by, I don't look at that car and be like, "Oh, them just some good black citizens." I'm looking at the car to make sure nobody's jumping out of it trying to do nothing. When I see some Spanish people riding by, I turn my head and look and turn my head. They ain't worried about me. I ain't worried about them. When I see white folks ride by, the same thing. They ain't worried about me. I ain't worried about them. It's the black people I'm watching. So for y'all to get on here and truck this Black Lives Matter and all y'all weird.
Action. So being that 4 extras knock somebody out, and allegedly put something up they rectum, dudes got to even the playing field or up the ante. Literally. And it looked like they going up people antes, literally. So, say I fall into this place, I squabble up some dudes, or thinking I would get a few fades and be cool, and these dudes decide to rub me and pack me out because of what has been happening. And amongst me being unconscious, a pickle, a summer sausage or carrot is placed up the rectum. Are you foul? Are you a buster? Do you deserve your feet whooped? It's the question I have. If you
Listen, I look at it like this, right? If you in a fade and you get knocked out, right, and something like that happened to you, no, I don't. You don't lose no stripes for me as a man. You feel me? Because I understand what if you a real man, I understand what kind of hate finna develop inside of you. And I understand the demon that's finna be unleashed. You feel me? To where the point where people start doing homework. Okay, who he love? He got a kid. See, the kind of things y'all doing make a person look at your kid. And a lot, forgive me for saying this, but I'm saying this is kind of stuff, the way people think out here in this world. This ain't, me saying it ain't like, oh, he shed light to some new. No, this ain't nothing new. People been doing this stuff, retaliating against people, family members, retaliating against people, kids. Because since like young FA just said, he said that now you got to up the antes. Once you go there with the peanut butter, now the ops gotta up and do something different. So while that's going on in a jail cell, the person that's getting these things stuck up in their butt and all that old stuff, they buttocks, they call them home to the streets. Hey, bro, ooh, do your homework on this and this and that and this and this and this for me, man. Yeah, they fought. Yup, they knocked me out, bro. Nothing I can do about it. But guess what? We finna make him cry though. We finna make him cry though. We finna find something he love the most and physically, mentally, and spiritually hurt him. Cause that's what y'all doing, bro. It feels like we're really living at the end of like in our last days because the things that is going on in this world is nuts.
if you go
Literally.
into the lion's den and you get slain and something happens to you that you don't have no control over, do you still deserve your feet whooped?
Hey, y'all hit that like, comment button, man. Subscribe, man. You feel me? Drop a comment in there and tell me what you think about this situation. You think these gangsters is real gangsters? You consider them real gangsters or you consider them homo thugs? I'm more on the homo thug side because I don't care how savage I get or how savage it ever got for me in jail. I ain't never looked at somebody and said, oh, I know what I'm finna do to him next. I'm finna take my mashed potatoes and the gravy, and I'm gonna slide it between his buttocks. I ain't never thought like that. I ain't never been around nobody that thought like that. So I don't understand it. Like and it's crazy when I be saying this generation different. But what I mean by generation, even the people of my age that's running around in the street still of this generation is trying to act like they're part of this generation is condoning this behavior and they with this kind of behavior. You dig what I'm saying? That's why if you pay attention, this how you know there's got to be some kind of LA thing nobody want to backlash from because everybody who mentioned the peanut butter and the carrots and the sausage, they just be like, boy, that's crazy. Carrots in the butt, well, that's crazy. That's wow. I wouldn't do it, but wow, what you mean? Say what it is. It's gay. It's homosexual activities. It's some gay things going on. Say it. You know what? You don't want the whole LA to turn against somebody from LA because they spoke on being something that's real. Like, come on, bro. Y'all dudes be selective politic, and I'm trying to tell y'all that's what goes on out there.
Whooped? Do you deserve to get put off that hood? And I really want to know, and I'm gonna really look in the comments and talk to the people who's trying to answer this question back. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is the situation, but I think oftentimes when stuff happens to our people that we don't like, we automatically view them as weak, and it's just like finito and off with their head. But anybody can get knocked out, definitely during a pack out. And somebody can have your way with you if you.
And let me explain something to you too about the knockout thing. So I need a lot of y'all to understand a knockout, right? Now, it's two kind of ways of getting knocked out, but the most honorable way is getting knocked out. I would say, even if you do get knocked out, if you standing toe to toe and you having a fair fight and the person catch you and knock you out. Now, if you arguing with someone and somebody walk up from behind you and sneak you and knock you out, that's not a replica. That's a sneak punch. So that's like we call them sucker punches. You feel me? Like you can face me like a man instead of walking up and sucker punching somebody. You know what I'm saying? I can only speak on that because I done been through it. I was arguing with a dude one time and some other cat that wasn't even from the our neighborhood. I don't know what he was on. I guess he was trying to get brownie stripes from the head dudes over there, but didn't know who he was, how it was gonna turn out. Anyway, the guy crept up on me, swung, hit me from the side, knocked me out. But let me explain something. He ain't knocked me out while I laid there. He hit me where I ain't gonna even say it's a knockout. I'm gonna say he punched me. I did hit the ground because he punched me from the back. It was an unexpected punch. I hit the ground, bounced up just like a ball will bounce back up. But I bounced up so fast that I was dizzy. You feel me? Like everything was moving. So I was like, oh, it was an unexpected punch. You feel me? So I understand the point of you can get sucker punch knocked out and you can get knocked out like a man. Now, if you took a fade and you got knocked out, that's an honorable knockout. That should be the end of it. He knocked out. If you're gonna stomp him, stomp him. But as far as playing with the man, but like we always stomped or we rat packed you if that's to happen. If you get knocked out or whatever fighting and or the crew was there, you would get rat packed. But nobody in my crew would say, hey man, put the pants down and put some peanut butter on it. Put the pen down. I got this carrot I've been saving from dinner from last night, and I knew I was gonna use this real soon on somebody but nobody never said nothing like, come on man, you dudes y'all dudes is weird in LA, man. Stay away from LA. When they tell you don't come to LA, ain't that what what's that boy YG said? Don't come to LA. You don't want to go to LA, boy. You go to LA County, boy. You liable to come out as a vegetable salad coming about that motherfucker. You gonna have everything. You gonna have fruit, vegetables, salad toss, salad seasoning, all kind of stuff gonna be on you. Come up out of that jail. Them dudes is Fruit Loops. And then what it's looking like to me that they putting on a gang banging outfit or demeanor to cover up the fact that yeah, I'm like think about it. What kind of man get into a fade and say I want to play with his buttocks? Anybody, leave in the comment, tell me if that's what y'all consider savage, like y'all condone it. By all means, I say I'm still gonna keep talking, standing on what I'm standing. I'm still gonna say that's homosexual activity, but you entitled to feel the way you feel.
You unconscious and you can't. I'm gonna be real, Rock. If you start getting big, that's gonna be a problem. He's still down. Like, I'm gonna be real. It's probably a good thing he did some weird shit with me. Cause I was gonna make him big.
When I seen him with the guy up here, like
I was gonna make the nigga big.
Dude, Tony,
the gay crip.
Yeah, it's no such thing as a gay crip. But when I see,
but look, this dude Whack 100 said I was gonna make him big. But then right before that, he said if he became big, it was gonna be a problem because I was gonna make him big. Yeah, the reason why you wanted to blow his name up and make him big because he was claiming Crip, and you Pyru. So that's another way to make your rival enemy set. You feel me? Look bad. You gonna blow this Crip up that's in here that's claiming to be a Crip from Texas that's gay or wherever the hell he from. I don't know. You feel me? But this is the whole point I'm making because LA got this demeanor about themselves and they got this thing which every hood, every gang making hood have the same thing. You don't see no normal hood that have gay gang members, not openly gay gang members. Everybody is in the. If there is some gay gang members in a lot of cook, they're in the closet. They don't come out and let the world know that they gay or they homies know that they gay because they homies gonna keep fucking with them. So they stay in a closet with the whole situation. You feel me? But at the end of the day, the point I'm making is still, what does that have to do? Even the gay rap, like you blowing him up and y'all on there saying weird stuff to him and everybody tuned in because it was entertaining. Cool. But do y'all know that y'all watering down your own culture when y'all own LA culture when y'all get to talking about playing with man's bubble? To me personally, that's probably because for Exorcist, that's been going on. So that's the thing about LA County. That's why when they be talking that, oh, when you hear them prison story about LA Gaming telling the story, they be like, oh yeah, one of the homies found out one of the homies was messing with a homosexual and we had to press the line on him and get him up out of here because we don't have that. You can't be a homosexual and mess. You can't be a homosexual and be a gang member, but y'all can do homosexual things like pull a man plants down, pull his buttocks open, and put different vegetables and stuff to make sandwiches with up in his buttocks. That's not that's all good right there. That's good right there. But no, he can't be in. Come on, man. You dude's a big ass contradiction. That's all y'all is, a big contradiction.
I seen him up here with the guy. If this is your job description, if it was my job description, they asked me, Rock, would you do an interview with a gay guy? I don't have no problem with that because I don't have nothing against him. But when it's
Gay
one
crip.
claiming to be, it's no such
I
thing
wouldn't
as-
have did it.
Hold on. There's no such thing as a gay crip. But
Right.
what
Shout out to No Jumper. This is No Jumper clip right here. You go check out No Jumper, see the full episode of this. Shout out to Rick Rock. That's who's talking right there. I rock with Rick Rock here, LA dude, and he always speak the real. You know what I'm saying? He ain't part. He don't play that politics that they playing with a man's buttocks. He's an older generation that looks like he's a person that's been through something that understand the difference between you a man before you a gang member. You feel me? You a man first. See, when God didn't make you born to be a gang member, he born you to be a baby. Then from a baby, you grow into adulthood. From your teenage years, when you start understanding right from wrong, you start making decisions based on how you choose to live your life. But still, because you're making them decisions on how you choose to live your life, you're making manly decisions. So that means you a man first. Now, when you choose to be a gang member, that's another thing too. Now you're a man, that's a gang member. But when you get to playing with man's buttocks and rubbing stuff in between them and doing things like that, now you're engaging in homosexual activities, which excludes you from being 100% man. Now you know your value of a man and drop significantly all the way down because you're engaging and you're happy about it. You're getting a rise out of playing with a man's buttocks. We can tell by watching the interviews and how these people speak on it. Let's get back to it.
what I will say this is, if it was presented to me even 5 minutes before the show even started, I would have declined it. For the simple fact is, they won't want nobody playing with their community. And as far as the Crip community, I think that's even if it was any gang member, a gay guy saying he was a gang member, that's not.
You know
even,
what? So
that
let
don't
me,
even
let
go
me
together.
correct it. We're saying openly gay.
Right.
This is
Openly
gay
gay.
gang members.
Yeah,
So
but
you know about all the sneaky ones.
No, I don't know about them, but we know what they.
Shout out to Whack 100 because he keeping now. That was some of the realest shit he just said right there. Because what he's saying is, no, in gang culture, you can't be openly gay in a gang culture. You can't be openly gay in no gang culture. But it is a lot of from history has shown us, even from the mobsters days, from the Al Capone. I mean, all them days, they always had some kind of gay dude who was fronting like he was 100% man. You feel me? This and if that's what you do, that's your business. My problem is with this is you dudes and some people say they get the best of both worlds. What do you mean the best of both worlds? Ain't no such thing as the best of both worlds when it come down to a man. There's only one world that's the best for you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. If you're gonna choose to be with men, that's your business. Go do that. If you're gonna choose to be with women, do that. But don't be playing with these women and these dudes that you acting like you straight one way, but you do a bunch of other different things. Like you do. I'm telling you now, then I promise y'all. I promise you. And I said it here first. Right here on Word on the Net, the quarter report. I said it here first. Within a year, you're gonna hear a story about somebody getting essayed in prison all behind all of these sausages and stuff that's going on. And I wouldn't be surprised if putting the sausage in the man behind is a way of trying to sugarcoat it, or where they did that so somebody ran up in him. That's the way I believe. I don't think nobody saved their sausage from their breakfast. I don't think nobody saved sausage from their breakfast and said, I'm going to stick my only sausage that I was waiting for all week to eat up in this man buttocks. I don't think nobody did that. I really believe somebody got too, it just got too exciting for one of them dudes, and that demon that's in, that homosexual demon that's in these gay gangsters, these homosexual thugs, these homo thugs, that gay demon just got the best of him. He just ripped his shirt off like, wow, rah, I'm about to take him now. Like on some, that's what I believe. I'm just saying, no, something ain't right with LA County. I don't care. You women out there condoning these gang members, I don't know what's going on. You blend up with these Crips and these Bloods and these dudes or whatever hood they from, and they talking about they gangster and you love it, but in jail he's playing with a man buttocks and he come on to you and you love him even more. That he done spread open somebody's booty cheeks and spread it a little bit of serenation juice up in there. Like, quit playing with me.
We know they in there.
You got sneaky. You got.
Yeah,
sneaky,
we know they in there.
You got
some bandit homies.
You got
on
people,
both sides.
You got.
Everybody's smiling in the room. Everybody knows about something.
You
we
do
got
have
some
that.
bandit homies.
You do.
That's because all of them probably homo thugs. Let's go.
We talk about openly
Right.
community.
These is guys that sneak.
Nah.
And we was on the penitentiary yard. I did 14 years there, and if it was a homie that we knew was f***ing around, and it got to us, we fit to boot his ass up out of here. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? But
hold on. Now you just heard yourself out of Compton Rick Rock mouth. You heard it yourself. You just heard it. He said if we found out a homie was engaging in homosexual activities, we will boot him out the car. He got to go. You can't be part of the clique no more. But y'all condoning this playing with a man's butt and squeezing different stuff. Y'all don't consider that the same thing? What kind of enjoyment are you getting by playing with a man's buttocks? Please explain.
But you got this guy.
And any gang member that's part of a gang that want to tell their side of the story about why they choose to put stuff in man's buttocks, leave a comment, and I will leave you a link, and we can discuss this on the platform. Because I want the viewers and the people who view my channel, which is not a lot. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't get a lot of views. You know how YouTube do. They give you 1,000 or 100,000 views 1 minute, then the next minute you're only getting 50, 60 views. So it's up to what they want to put out there and for the people to get to reach. That's why it's important for y'all to like and subscribe and share. Like, subscribe, and share because they get this content out there. If not, the message is going to get suppressed. I'm trying to tell you.
Coming up here, and they having Crip Mac pull a sandwich out and get
dude talking about, did you get a put on or a cone? He backed his eyes at him.
Like that's a game that can't be played with. You know what I'm saying?
As a dumb move, I'm mad. If you would have asked me to interview this dude, I wouldn't have did it.
So when I did my thing, let me clear something up too. When I did my thing, I said I got on Crip Mac and Brick Baby. You know, at the same time, me trolling. At the same time, that's what we all do. We get on this motherfucker and have fun. Once I turn that computer off and go outside, I don't think about none of the shit that's on the internet, right? So when I got him about this shit, I was trolling with him, right? So I said, Crip Mac, you gotta take that Crip off your name. They put it on the internet, as Rick Rock said, they couldn't, some weird shit. Then it was videos, Rick Rock versus the neighborhood Crips, and Rick Rock got homies from neighborhood Crip. Rick Rock got love for neighborhood Crips. You know what I'm saying? It was
wait, bro. You said this ain't got nothing to do with where you from.
Take that.
I'm talking about the word Crip.
Yeah.
Wherever you from is where you from. I can't put you off of that, but you gonna take Crip off your name. That's what
it make us all look. It make us all look kind of a certain way to the rest of the world that don't understand what the fuck.
And I just said that. I just said this. I just said no matter how you look at it, people follow your culture. People is really follow LA culture from here to the East Coast to down south in the north. It's gang, Crips and Bloods all over the place except for the Bay Area. You did. Anyway, where I'm from Oakland, except for Oakland, California, should I say. We don't play that Crip and Blood mess over in our city. You got the other little Asian gangs that do their thing, but they got their own problems, and we ain't part of that culture, and we ain't worried about that. We talking about our culture, real town business. You feel me? We don't do that. But anyway, you got people looking at your culture that look up to y'all, and they trying to follow y'all trend, and y'all pushing out a narrative that playing with a man buttocks is cool. So now you're going to have a bunch of lost kids that's going to be going to already crashing out because they watching, listening to y'all songs, watching what y'all doing on TV and the YouTube. They crashing out with these blickies, and they catching all this time. Now, what they going to do in jail with all this time? And they constantly listen to y'all music, and they thinking about they going to start playing with man buttocks. I'm going to tell y'all a story, but I'm not going to tell it now. I'm going to tell it at the end about a cat that I met when I was locked up. I ain't going to say a real name, but we're going to call him Double B. You feel me? But anyway, let's get back to the content.
Fuck, it's a lot of crazy shit on the West Coast. And it's a lot of LA guys, Compton guys. It's a lot of all of us that have a presence on this YouTube. So when they see this shit, they all over the place like, what the hell is going on? So it's kind of like a bad look.
If you ran into Tony, what would you do?
If I ran into Tony, I'd go the other way. It's nothing for me to talk about.
Okay.
As crip business and with him
On the internet about the I knocked out.
This must be deep because I have not seen this.
You know what I'm saying? About this that I knocked out.
We heard you peanut butter to someone.
Yeah, that's the point. Look, hold up. That's the goddamn point.
Crunchy or smooth?
You get what I'm saying? That's the point. Off the back, Vernon Avenue, Funk 10.
Jiff or
That's
Skippy?
the motherfucker. Look, so look, boom. It's an op in it. It's an op come over there. Wow. He signed.
Shout out to 4Extras, man. I think he's a very entertaining person. He's real energetic. You know what I'm saying? He know how to get people to tune in. And you know what I'm saying? I like the dude. Only thing I don't like about this dude is this whole peanut butter and this carrot thing and the sausage thing. That this rumor going on around him that and he promoting this. This is what I don't like. It's all kind of other things you can promote, but you promoting your homosexual activity. And if you ain't doing it, your homeboy's engaging in it. Hold on, you done knocked him out. Now let me play with his butt. That's the booty bandit. The one that said, hold on, when he said my homie did it, his homie is the booty bandit, not 4Extra, his homie. That's why he did it, because ain't no real man want to see another man's butt. No real man want to look at another man's butt. I can tell you that now. You feel me? That ain't something that a real man want to do.
Sized up like
From
me.
where?
He sized up like me. He sized up like me. The county, everybody know. He sized up like me, boo. The homies come get me. Why? On the set, I go over there. I get up in the cell, pop the cell. I go up in the cell. We lock up inside the cell. When we lock up inside the cell, we lock up. Bop! I catch him. He go out. Boom! He hit the ground. He knocked out. He started shaking on the ground. Now my homie little head stump, aka Big Elmo, we call him, but little head stump, peanut buttering.
Wait,
You get what I'm saying?
What is peanut buttering for the audience out there?
Look.
All right.
You know, this.
And do you approve of this process?
Look, off the back, it happens a lot in here. But look. So when I knock him out, so look, when I knock him out, we lock up. When I knock him out, catch him and knock him out, park him, he go on the ground, he get the shaking and the homie little head stump from 6'0", neighborhood 6'10". Shout out to the homie, free the homie on the hood, cuz.
All right, now what that sound like? He said when I knocked him out, dude fell on the ground and started shaking. It sounded like he might have having a seizure. Because when you get knocked out, you don't go on the ground shaking. You might be dizzy trying to get up and walk and stumble and fall, but you don't shake on the ground. You feel me? Another thing, right? He said, he finna tell you when he finished talking, but before we go there, I want to talk to you about, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and do this.
On the dead homies, peanut butter, cuz. You know the peanut butter pack. Wow. Dead homies. Wow. Peanut butter between his cheeks.
So he grabs it with his fingers?
No, he busts the peanut butter pack open.
Oh, okay. Oh, because it's just a little pack,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
bust the peanut butter pack open. Bob, squeeze it between his cheeks and peanut butter is out. You get what I'm saying?
So he fingered his ass.
No.
He just
You
put it there.
nigga,
I don't know.
He squeezes it in there.
He squeezed it. He squeezed it between his
He
cheeks.
squeezed it in.
Peanut butter and squeezed them between his cheeks. Pop, it go around the whole county. 4Extras knocked him out and peanut butter him. No, I didn't peanut butter him. I knocked him out. Nigga, the homie little head stump 6'0". Peanut butter thing on the dead homies off the back. It was going down. Peanut butter cuz. See a cuz on his way. That nigga.
What?
Send him on his way.
But so he wakes up from being concussed.
He wake up. When he wake up, he starts screaming on the tier. So when he starts screaming on the tier, remember, I came from the other side of the tier. So I spin off my tier while he's screaming. So when he's screaming,
He said, I want some jelly. But does he realize that he has peanut butter in his
he over. So look,
Now, when I'm listening to this, truth be told, I'm not looking at this like, oh, that was gangster. I'm looking at it like, what the victim in this situation, what's the aftermath? Like they say, to every action there's a reaction. And like I'm saying, my thing is this, know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say this right, because I don't want to, this is my thing. Y'all gonna play with the wrong person, and y'all gonna lose somebody close to you that you gonna wish like hell that you can turn your whole gang-banging life away, that you wish you never got into it before. And it's people that know how to make you wish that kind of thing. That the kind of people that can make you that. You remember what happened to Rich Porter and them and all that in New York when they kidnapped dude little brother, sent the finger for some money, and he ended up getting unalived, which was a real story. And they found him laying in some little field, whatever the case it is. This is what I want to explain to you, right? When y'all doing things like that, y'all don't think about your mother, she's still living. your father, because of course, yeah, once you do that, and once you do that to somebody, gloves is off. They're gonna go to above and beyond to prove their point to get you back. And on the real, you might crash out and go do a bunch of a million shoes, but guess what? At the end of all them shoes you do, I guarantee you that pain gonna still be right there. You still gonna be hurting. You still that ain't gonna be enough lives you can take. You feel me? That's gonna take away that pain you're gonna have just from that one reaction, from that one action you did that caused this chain of reaction event. Y'all don't get it, man. It's like y'all living up to the whole stigma that black people are animals. Y'all living up to this. Y'all making it. Y'all proving it. Yo, we are animals. You feel me? Y'all approving this. And y'all wonder why they ain't trying to give us no reparation. Y'all wondering why they look at us like they leave us in the situation. Wonder why they taking away from the gift. Because ain't nothing we got. We capitalize and do something good with it. Everything we get, we mess it up to the point where it start getting criminalized. Hip hop criminalized now. Even real artists that like making money from this stuff that don't do drill music, that don't do killer music, they sitting back frustrated with the game now because you youngsters that you so-called gangsters that came in here and turned it into something else. It's supposed to be a place you can make money. Music is music. You make money from music, no matter what story you paint, what a picture you paint. It's an art that you're doing. Music is art. How y'all talk about he's not real, so he shouldn't be doing? And you got these simple-minded people out here, and I hate to put it this way, I'm gonna say uninformed people. I'm gonna say out here that ain't totally grew up to their full potential of understanding that they have their own mind and their own set of rules to follow. They still following trend. They following what everybody else say. If one person don't like it, everybody else don't like it. If one person like it, 100 people like it. You feel me? Because we don't have our own self identity of who we are, the person. You feel me? So
look, when the deaths come, they go get him. I'm already on the other side of the tier. They got up in my cell, so when the other deaths come get him, because my cell was already popped as jam. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So boom, when they take him out, they said when they take him out, he over there screaming this shit, talking about he dizzy and all that. They said he walking down and there's peanut butter everywhere. All over his pants, everywhere. It's over.
So you may not be the actual peanut butter assaulter, but you were an accomplice to the peanut butter.
Yeah, knocked him out quick, dead homies.
Like if it was illegal to rub peanut butter in someone's ass, then you would be going. You'd be doing 30 years.
He's an accessory.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out, cause he's off. You get what I'm saying? He came over there on hoodie outside just like me.
But he fought you one-on-one like a man.
And I knocked him out.
And employed your homie to peanut butter his ass.
I knocked him out. The homie peanut butter.
Now, shout out to Adam, man, because that's the realest thing Adam said. He invited your folks to fight like a man. He said knocked him out. Yeah, but not to get peanut butter, though, man. Like, what example is you making now? Now, you know what's funny to me, right? That all these cats that's condoning all this stuff. You know, see, it's a, you know, this is how the world works, right? What you put out there comes back. This is how the world works. It might not come back to you. It might not come back anytime soon. It might come back to your kid, end up going to juvenile hall. It might come back to your daughter, end up being in the wrong place at the wrong time. See, the energy that you bring around yourself is going to affect the people that be in your life, that's around your life. That's why I tell people your decisions that you make is going to affect the people around you. And a lot of people don't get that. If you choose to lack up on handling some business, just because you choose to lack up on handling your business, going to cause a change of reaction that's going to mess up everything that somebody else might have going on in their life. And what they got to do, because now they got to stop what they doing to cater to the shit you want them to do because you decide to be laying up on your ass and not doing nothing. Or you decide to be lacking on whatever you're supposed to be doing. So now your problem has become everybody's problem. This is how the world's work. So when you out there putting out this negative energy about knocking out people and rubbing peanut butter all in them and all that, please believe it's going to come back. Might not come back to you. Might come back to your son. Might come back to your daughter. Might come back to your mama, auntie, uncle, somebody that you love dearly. But it's going to come back. What you put out comes back. You know what it's called? It's called the universal laws of life. Look that up. The universal laws of life. What goes around comes around. Let's get back to it.
That's the end of the story.
But don't you normally have to respect the out for being down to squabble you?
Hey, look, that I'm pushing with my homie.
There's
my
no
homie
respect in getting peanut butter.
6 times 10 on that side then. But look, it's the point. Dead homies.
Well, you're not supposed to get knocked out unconscious either.
Well, yeah, you're not supposed to, but if they hit that right spot,
Pop.
Anyone
right
out.
Yeah. Put him right out. And he had the same size I had.
So wait,
He's sized up like me.
But is it frowned upon?
Right. So anybody, you heard what he just said, anybody can get knocked out. Anybody. It just takes for you to hit that right spot at the tip of your chin. That's why I was saying, like, if a person catch you slipping when you ain't paying attention and catch you, nigga, don't look at that as you took an L or you took an L. It was a sneak move. Anybody can catch that and get knocked out like that. So that's a snake move. I done seen a lot of people jaws get broken by people sneak punching them, and it's unexpected. So when it's unexpected, your jaws ain't ready to get punched. You ain't got your jaws clamped down tight, expecting the punches in case it hits you. Run, talking, running your mouth, boom, throw your whole jaw off. It's over. You feel me? And people, they glorify this like as if it ain't never gonna happen to me. Please believe every dog has their day. That was an old phrase people used to say back in the days that still resonate to this day. Every dog has his day.
Frowned upon in the community,
man, in that county jail.
Peanut butter?
Check this out. In that county jail, you get your ass knocked the fuck out. You get your ass peanut butter. A lot of they got peanut butter in the county. But look, this the point. You get your ass knocked out in that motherfucker. You get what I'm saying? You popping it like you fly. You gonna get your ass slept. You get your ass peanut butter.
He said a lot of people got peanut butter in there. So that's what it explains to me why it's a lot of senseless that we consider senseless shootings or unalivings in the LA. They ain't senseless. They ain't senseless. These dudes have been violated in jail and they want their revenge. But see, they better than me because I'm gonna be honest with you. If it was me, I'd probably be doing life somewhere if that happened to me. Because and I never had this thought in my mind before, even after the longest I've been living on this earth and all the different problems I done had at some point in my life. I ain't never thought about doing nothing to nobody's family or nothing. I always wanted to get the person that was meant for. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the streets living that type of life. You feel me? But if something like this was to happen to me, I'm gonna be honest with you. The gloves is off. You might as well. I'm gonna tell you now. If something like that happened to me, I'm giving everybody a fair warning now. If something like that happened to me, the peanut butter jelly, the sausage, whoever doing it, unalive me right there. Cause I promise you, when I get released, my whole means of living is gonna be to make you cry. I promise you that. I'm gonna save you for last. I want you to suffer for some years to come before I come for you. But I'm gonna make you cry. I don't care if it's, and I hate to say it, but I'm telling you, as somebody, you gonna feel it. You gonna feel it. I promise you that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm man enough to say, okay, I'm gonna shoot the fair one with you and we finna fight. If I knock you out, I don't care if one of my homies tell me, yeah, what the heck, what you on, bro? No, we ain't doing that. This was a fair fight. It was a fight. He got knocked out. Let his people pick him up. Let's go. We ain't playing with no man buttocks. What's wrong with you? Next thing you know, and see, what y'all understand, that opens up doors. That's them homosexual demons that's in these dudes. It's starting to open up these doors. It start off, what do you say, pouring stuff on people's buttocks. Then it goes from implanting carrots in people's buttocks. Now it went from that to implanting sausages in people's buttocks. What you think the next method is going to be? It's going to be man putting their own meat in man buttocks. They're going to resort back to the scared straight days when they was running around doing that time, really taking little boys' booty in jail. And this is what they going to be doing on now. I promise you, what was going on back then finna start happening now. Now, I'm not politically correct about the way I speak and the things I say, and I'm not trying to be. You feel me? I'm me. This is how I express myself. This is how I talk. You feel me? Either you gonna rock with me or you don't. But I hope you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and share. Anyway, let's get back to the content.
That's the end of that in your career. Send you about your way. Or you can keep whatever you want to do. It don't matter. It's over for you, though.
It could end your career.
Yeah, get a lot of people career.
How long did you wait?
That always be on your resume. You got peanut butter.
That's smart. That's smart. That's smart.
You got your ass peanut butter.
This is what some old dude had to say about what was going on with 4 Extras. And I say that.
Now, before we get off into it, right, I'm going to put the whole screen up. I mean, he don't be on here a long time, right? But I want y'all to listen to what he said. I don't know where he from, what state he from, or whatever the case it is. But he made a valid point what he was saying.
For lack of his name, I don't know who his name is. So let's see. See what he got to say, Peacekeeper.
I don't give a fuck where you from. I don't care who you is, 4 Extras, whoever, all y'all niggas. Listen, homie. If you play with another man's ass, pickles, carrots, I don't give a fuck what it is. You gay, nigga. Nigga should put your ass off. 4Extra should get his bitch ass put off. You playing with niggas' booties, you gay. Period. Point blank. I don't give a fuck who it is. Carrots, summer sausages, lotion, peanut butter, all that bullshit. If you did that, you gay.
That is kind of nasty work. We gonna just let that rock just in case the people who ain't caught up with it.
No, because in the county. So we go to court, we hear all this shit, we go to court, so this is why all this stuff taking place.
So they said 4Extra put carrots in the nigga.
Put carrots in the nigga from Hoover Eyes, man, the nigga handicapped nigga from Hoover, G-Thing.
Wow.
No, not G-Thing, cuz, no.
Check this, and that's another thing, right? And Hefe said on one interview, I don't know if it was this one, another one, he said, what I would have did something to the handicapped dude? Nah, because there's no win there. You don't get no strikes for that. That's like walking up to somebody that's a special needs kid and picking a fight with him, knowing that he's not finna fight you, and you knock him out, and you thinking, oh, I served him, you know what I'm saying? I knocked him out, and I pinned him. You knocked out a dude with a handicapped hand and stuck carrots up his butt. That's not gangster, bro. And what was gangster? He couldn't even defend himself for one thing. So what if he claimed the enemy side? If you felt that way about, slap him around. Make him roll it up. Get up out of there. But you don't get no win for beating up a handicapped dude, bro. Man, listen, bro. That's just like, to me, and no disrespect, I rock with Munchie B too. But for people picking fights with Munchie B, knowing this situation, like he probably can defend himself if he close enough around you, like swing. But at the end of the day, this is a blind man, bro. And no disrespect to bro, man. This man got shot in here and lost his sight, man. And people still going at him saying crazy, oh, Munchie B got peanut butter. I don't know if he got peanut butter or not. But my thing is, at the end of the day, he's not no threat to nobody. He's a blind podcaster, bro. A handicapped person trying to make some money, bro. And y'all over there just keep, like, y'all dudes see over there in LA, I know the weak pick on the weak. That's what I noticed out there, the weak pick on the weak. It ain't like you got a Giants going against Giants. I'm not saying it ain't, but I know in this internet world, they showing something totally different. Now, I know the streets is different from the internet world, and that's one thing I try to tell people to separate. Don't think that this internet world is really how the streets is going out there. You got a handful of dudes that's want to be so much of an internet person that they will sell a soul and say anything and do anything to be relevant, to blow their name up, to be somebody. Because that's the only way they know is how to be somebody is doing negative things. They don't have a positive brain, a positive thought in their head to say, well, let me go create this or try to do this and try to do that to elevate myself. No, they want to go and do the weirdest things ever to say, I got a lot of light put. Yeah, you got a lot of light put on you in a negative ass way.
No. Cuz name. Damn, what's that's cuz name. He got like a fucked up arm.
Probably so. I don't know.
Yeah, cuz arm for he a little bullshit type nigga, but cuz supposed to put the carrots and cuz booty this, knock cuz out and all the little shit. Wild thing, that's cuz name. Wild.
There. So Compton Rick Rock was on this platform a couple weeks ago with Wack, and I didn't know that you guys had issues, but apparently there were some issues. So where did this originally stem from?
It stemmed from him talking about he gonna DP me over doing the interview. Yeah.
Oh, so he
with this real, man, these dudes did an interview with this gay guy, right? And the thing, like he said, I don't mind doing an interview with a gay person, but when you got a person claiming to be from a gang that you're representing, and he's gay, and y'all interviewing and getting sandwiches, making you feel comfortable, you supposed to let him know, bro. In our culture, we don't have gay. Where you from? Where they allow gay gang members? Why y'all playing with him? Asking him, how did he get in? Did he get jumped in or effed in? Like, why is this now? I see why Compton Rick Rock said he needed him and C-Mac need DPs. But you got to understand, too, when you got the kind of people that will sit down and interview and play these kind of games, these dudes did a lot of time in jail. So, a lot of these dudes is part of the get-along game. If you got a crew of dudes talking about we finna run up in cats, these dudes going to follow the trend and get along with it. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that's what they doing, but in my opinion, that's how I'm feeling. Because if they wasn't, they wouldn't even be. I would have told Adam, Adam, no disrespect, What you mean gay crip? I can't interview no gay crip. I can't interview that because it don't make sense. You feel me? That's like them coming to my world and then pulling me and them in. I wouldn't even go to a trainee or a gay podcast and do an interview there because what we got to talk about ain't the same. Y'all talking about something totally different than my views on life, and your views on life is totally different. So it wouldn't make. And if it was, okay, cool, we got totally different views, but we have a conversation. I can't have a conversation with y'all because that ain't my cup of tea. I don't mingle in them circles. I don't got nothing against y'all, but I don't mingle in them kind of circles. You feel me? Like it's just like for instance, like I tell people all the time, right? I put on the level of this, right? When I'm at my house chilling, or at the house, or anybody house for that matter, chilling, and me, you, and your girl around, for one thing, in my world, the way I look at life, when my homeboys come around, your girl shouldn't even be in the same room with you and your homeboys talking. You feel me? For one thing, that's you. She don't know your homeboys don't know her, and there's no input she can give on the conversation that y'all having that's gonna be valid or even reasonable or even understanding. You dig what I'm saying? That's where the lines get blurred at between man and woman, and how a man supposed to respect a woman, how a woman supposed to respect a man. He shouldn't have to look at her and tell her when his homeboys come on to leave the room. She should get up and leave the room anyway, just on the respect thing. You feel me? Let these men talk. That's how it's supposed to be. But you dealing in a world for the childish ass, think they know everything kind of people who just don't care about, like they don't understand. They don't even value life. They just look at life. They just going with the wind. You feel me? They don't understand life. Life is what you make it. You strive, you struggle in this world. You struggle because you choose to struggle. You struggle because you got a lack of lacking in you lacking. You just a lacker. That's why you is. Because when a person get on their hustle, you gonna get off your ass and do what you gotta do. It ain't gonna be you gonna get up early in the morning and you gonna, because time is of an essence. Time is valuable. You can't take time back and you can't get time. You can't put time on a clock. You got so many hours in the day to make things happen for you. So if you choose to pick 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon to start handling your business, that means you done cut your day down to at least about 5, 6 o'clock before all your business stop. So all these other hours you done had the opportunity to bettering yourself, you spent it on doing bullshit, hanging with your friends, getting drunk, watching TV, being on YouTube, sleeping, or anything other, playing video games, anything other. You spent all this time bullshitting and getting high, but spend not even half that time on bettering your situation. So who's at fault in your who's at fault at you being successful? It's you, motherfucker. So I'm not gonna sit in a room full of motherfuckers that I feel like that I don't relate to or I don't understand. Like people turn down podcasts and interviews all the time just based on the fact they don't like the way they do things. You feel me? So that's why I'm at with it. But anyway, let's get back to the content.
He's the one who spoke out about that with you first. Okay.
Yeah, like how is
Shout
that,
out Tony.
How is that even possible, nigga? You're not. First of all, you from Compton, nigga. You're not DPing me, point blank, period. And I ain't. They talking about I stamped him, whatever. He did this before the interview because when they seen the picture, they thought we had a photo shoot with him.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Redacted. Shout out redacted.
Always. It's like I don't know why it happens every time.
Man, all right. So what are you saying?
No, where was I at? That shit fucked me up. No, so basically, he made the video before the interview because
before it even came out.
Because when we was taking pictures, they were taking video of us taking pictures, so it looked like we were at a photo shoot.
Okay.
With the gay crip,
right?
Like we was stamping something that he was doing,
right?
They don't know what we said in the interview. You get what I'm saying? So this is you speaking before. So now you get on my phone like, oh yeah, my bad, little bro. Woo, woo, woo. Cause I told him, I'm like, at the end of the day, I told him, nigga, we not accepting that, and I doubt the Hoovers are too. Long story short, you know what I mean? He like, oh yeah, I'm gonna post the apology video. Da, 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 da. So.
Yeah, anyway, enough of that, man. But this is what I'm getting at with this, man. At the end of the day, man, if you're a man, you stand on man principles. You feel me? You don't play with a man's buttocks. That's what you don't do. If I stand up, if any man stand, 2 men willing to stand toe to toe and fight like men and shoot the fair one, that's what it should be. It shouldn't escalate into a SA situation. Because truth be told, while y'all coming over here bragging and this and this and that, If that person would have just said, man, I can't accept this, I'm telling y'all being there for SA, bro. And y'all don't get y'all thinking y'all doing something gangster, but you're not. It's anyway. Man, I tell you, I had a story I want to tell. It's gonna be a quick story. I'm making it short but sweet now. It was a dude. I'm calling Billy B. I said I was gonna go by 2B. I'm calling Billy B. So anybody that's from that area, they already know exactly who I'm talking about, right? Anyway, this was in the East Coast. Let me remind you. Anyway, I'm in jail fighting my attempted case. Um, this dude, I'm hearing this cat name, and oh man, he's out there. He play with them things. He play with them squirters. He out here squirting people up. He out there blang blang. All this. This all I'm hearing right about this name. So after a couple of months of me being in there, they bring every other night they bring new people in. But it's about 2-3 months of me being in there. Then they finally bring in these crew, and then I hear somebody say, "Oh, Billy B here. Billy B here." So I'm like, oh, that's the dude whose name I keep hearing. Feel me? So I'm like, okay, that's what's up. So I get up off my bunk and I go look out the window. And I'm like, oh, what you talking about? And he was like, see the little black dude right there, the short black dude. So I look over, dude about a little shorter than me, skinny, got these little, some little twisters in his hair. I guess he was trying to lock his hair up in dreads at the time. And he has little twisters in his head, looking timid, looking real timid walking around in there. So when we come out to the block or whatever, and then, I'm a block porter. So, everybody was locked down when new recruits came in. So when we come out to the block, he's sitting back watching everything, but he looking scared. He's standing in the corner, and everywhere I'm going, because I've been there so long, right at this time that I'm a porter. So, I'm out on both shifts. I'm running, cleaning up, whatever. In DC, every shift, everybody rock with me. They're like, oh, you from California, or whatever the case it is. Anyway, so dudes start hanging around me. You know what I mean? He started hanging at the tables I'm at all the time. Then when I go for walks in the block, he start walking up and down the block with me. So I guess he tried to get cool with me just in case. 'Cause I know he had a few enemies up in the block too that they, they were scoping on when they was gonna get on his helmet. Anyway, he came at me one day, and I guess we was in the block. I'm gonna say about at this time we was in the block with each other for about I want to say like 7 months, 8 months, something like that. So he came up to me one day and he said, "Hey man, I just want to do all my time right here." So I'm like, "Do all your time right here?" He's like, "Yeah, it's cool over here, man. I just want to do my time here." I'm like, "Bro, I'm trying to get over there to them weights, bro. I don't know what you talking about, man. I'm trying to go hit this iron, man. You feel me? Woo, woo. He like, "Yeah, right, word." Know what I'm saying? So it was that. Anyway, make a long story short, I get sentenced and I go through do my little time. At the end of my sentence, I'm get to one of the lowest security building you can be in where they ain't got barbed wire around the fence. Now, during this time, I think when I got there, I might have had like maybe 3 years left on my sentence because they ended up hitting me with 10. So I think I had like 3 years left on my sentence. So in the midst of me getting ready to get out, I had like maybe 7 months left on my sentence, 6 months. He come over there. So the word, when you come to the building, the people, the inmates who kind of run the intake part when you come in, the classification part, they know who coming in, who not. They see the paperwork. So it already had word that he was coming over there, should I say? You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't tripping. So word get out, yeah, Billy B here, Billy B here. So you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Now I ain't seen this dude in years. Remind you, we was in one building together. We was in the intake building together. You know what I mean? So I ain't seen the dude in years or whatever the case. So when we hit the yard, I seen him on the yard, and I can tell he done got a little, you know what I'm saying, from doing the time, he got a little more confident in the building. He probably was scared to go through the buildings, but now he realized, oh, it's kind of a piece of cake. You know what I'm saying? Well, for some people it is, for some people it's not. But the weird thing about this, to make this story short, right? Anyway, when he came to the building, about it wasn't even a good 2 weeks. It wasn't even a good 2 weeks before they say Billy B got lugged out the building. I'm like, what you mean he got lugged out the building? I thought he got into a fight. I'm like, what happened? He's like, man, this man, him and his crew was tying t-shirts around their face late night, and they was running up in people's rooms, holding people down, pulling their pants down, and putting muscle relaxer between a man's buttock, rubbing muscle relaxer between a man's buttock. That blew my mind. I said, are you serious? I'm like, that's the first time I heard of this kind of activity going on. Now, and that was years ago, right? When I got out of prison. So now we come up to these times and you got these dudes doing all this stuff now. Man, all you guys are homos, bro. There's nothing fly about playing with a man's buttocks. You feel me? And you know, I just want to give y'all something to think about, man. You feel me? Like, do you believe that they doing something honorable by rubbing stuff and putting stuff between the man's butt, or do you believe this homosexual activity? Shout out, no disrespect to the homosexual community, the alphabet community. I ain't got no problem with the alphabet community. I don't know how to pronunciate y'all whole little things right, so I call y'all the alphabet community. So it's no disrespect to y'all, but when straight men pretend to be straight men and they engage in homosexual activities, I think it does need to be called out. And I don't care what you if you behind closed doors or you doing your thing and somebody go picking in your business. No, but when you get on this TV, this internet world, and you get to exposing that you doing these kind of things, then that opens up doors for us to talk about these kind of things. And it opened up doors for me to give my opinion. So all that old stay out of LA politics, LA politics shouldn't be on the internet if you don't want nobody to talk about it. Let me say that again. LA politics shouldn't be on the internet if you don't want me to talk about it or anyone to talk about it for that matter. You can't tell people to stay out your politics when the Fed, FBI, CIA, DA, or everybody else is watching the internet so they can lock you up. Do you tell them that to stay out your politics? I'm just saying though. Anyway, man, I wish y'all a wonderful, blessed day. God bless. And only thing I can tell y'all is, man, talk to your kids, man. Stop and have your kids have a better understanding about when they jump off the porch and jump into these gangs, what it can lead to, because it ain't no real love in the hood. What kind of love you get in the hood when you getting unalive for something that you ain't got nothing to do with, just to show that you down? Your family, your kids, and everybody lose you because you trying to show some cats in the hood that you down. All right, man. Something to think about.